What's up, guys? Welcome to Game Scrubs number 5. Kind of going solo today. That's alright, though. I'm totally capable of that, obviously. I stream alone all the time. I don't see any reason why I can't do a podcast on my lonesome. Probably because I say a lot. It's a really bad habit, and I need to get out of it. But hey, we're driven, we're focused, we're committed. We are ready to have a sip of beer. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the podcast, I am one of the hosts, Cal. My co-host, Jake, had to work tonight. So, Monday nights, right around, between 6 and 7-ish is when we usually stream, and he's working, I think, 2 to 10 or something like that. So he just couldn't make it. Stuff happens. I get it. So we're going to cover, I have, 6. I actually have 6 articles that kind of popped out to me. And that's kind of how we do it. There's no structured sort of thing where we look at it and we go, okay, we have to cover this, we have to cover that. It's more like what jumps out, Actually, no, this is just a GameSpot. So, we'll cover these 5 articles and go from there. I'll give my thoughts, but it's gonna be what's the word I'm looking for? It's gonna be not challenging necessarily, but it'll definitely feel way different trying to express myself and then not having that "and what do you think" sort of bounce back immediate reaction talking with someone else. So we'll do this and we'll get through it, and I promise everything's gonna be okay. I was debating on doing a playlist as a background noise sort of thing instead of just my currently nasally and honestly just god awful voice. But it would have been a little too distracting for me, so I decided maybe not. We'll scratch that. It's fine. But as you can see, the first article we're starting with is Overwatch League. Now, this is kind of something that just makes sense. Overwatch League matches in China have been canceled due to, the growing fear about the coronavirus. What else is there really to say besides, it's what makes sense as far as the public safety and all that, and I think it's a good idea to take that extra precaution, not just from a humanitarian standpoint, but also a business as a business decision. If you are if you are funding an esports team and one of your players gets the coronavirus, my God, let's see, I think there's 5 or 6 slots per team. I don't remember the exact number off the top of my head, but basically, that'd be like losing a starting forward if you're playing basketball or something. It would suck, but so I'm sure it would. They have backups and all that, but even still, why risk the safety of your players versus just keeping them safe anyway? Brackus in the chat asking, isn't Overwatch League dying? It's not like I've been watching it. I'll put it that way. But I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I also don't watch Dota or anything like that. I don't watch League. I think honestly, at best, the most esports thing I watch is the occasional like top 8 of some Smash Bros tournaments, and that's kind of generally about it. Wanger56, a mutual friend of ours, said that she hadn't been to work for over 17 days, and the mutual friend we're talking about actually lives in China, so it's probably got to be scary stuff because she actually has a little kid too. So hopefully she's keeping the baby quarantined, locked up. Keep away from all those like coughers, coughing people. And I don't mean like a coffin, COFFIN. I mean like let's move on because I really don't have any good transitions anyway. So let's just move on and take a sip, take a deep breath, and bask in the fact that Castle Crashers dev, the Behemoth, has announced a new Alien Hominid game. For those of you, I've actually, I don't think I've played an Alien Hominid game. I know I played one game with a, I forget the name of it though. I don't think it was Alien Hominid, but it might have been. But yeah, let's just jump right in. Let's just jump right in and check out the announcement. It's a 30-second song. Let's turn it down a little bit. We'll blow this up too while we're watching.
Oh.
All right. It's totally their style. Looks, I mean, obviously it's not going to not be their style, but they're, yeah, Baracus in the chat saying copyright strike. I think what they're trying to hint at is like a more than 4-player multiplayer game. Yeah, I think because it's just an announcement, like a little teaser, that Akbar in the chat is saying, that there's no actual stuff really shown. I think they're trying to hint towards multiplayer in a broader aspect than just 4 players or like whatever. That they want to bring it to a multiplayer format, but not the typical one. At least that's what I'm gathering just from obviously you just saw the teaser just shows like different colored aliens there, which is fine. But yeah. So yeah, it says in the article right there, it's going to be co-op. And let's see, like it showed, it'll be available at PAX East and EGX Resd. PAX East is going to be February 27th to March 1st in Boston, and Resd will be March 26th to 28th in London. So, if any of you are in the Boston or London area, be sure to find a way to sneak in if you have to. I'm not promoting that, but go check it out if you're there and you're able to get your hands on it. I'm sure it'd be interesting to see. So, it's not interesting to see. Or, well, it's interesting to see in that it's so dumb. There's going to be a subscription pass for Fire Emblem Heroes. Which makes it, I believe, the third after Mario Kart and... I saw... Animal Crossing, yep. That's the one I was thinking of. I just, for some reason, couldn't remember the name. So yeah, it's going to be called the Fay Pass. It's going to be rolling out with their update on the 5th, so in 2 days. And it'll cost $9.50 a month, and that's in US dollars. And will offer upgrades to all, well, not all your waifus, but it'll be special I'll just say it right from the thing. There will be special versions of existing characters who have unique appearance and a +2 boost in every stat. Once you have a resplendent character, you will be able to freely switch between the resplendent and standard outfits. And it'll be 2 of those each month, starting right off with Lynn and Cordelia. Lynn will be earlier, and Resplendent Cordelia will be later. And then after that, new heroes will be distributed on the 10th and 25th of every month. So after that, though, you'll have to pay for those ones that you missed if you decide to get the Fay Pass. You'll also have access to exclusive quests, which will reward you with orbs, heroic grails, heroic grails, and other valuable items. This is real bad. And it's not exactly like anybody is unaware of how this essentially screws over the free-to-play gamers of Fire Emblem Heroes, which I'd consider it to I would consider getting it if a lot of this, if I didn't think that a lot of it should be free anyway. Because that's the main gripe with a lot of people in, I've seen in the Fire Emblem Heroes subreddit, people are saying, oh, this is a load of crap, that all these quality of life changes, like right in here, right? I'll just go through this. The Fay Pass offers 2 new gameplay features. The first is called React. It allows you to return to the start of the previous turn if your heroes have not moved yet. If you've already moved your heroes, React allows you to rewind the start of your current turn. The second feature is Auto Start, which lets you automatically replay a map multiple times as long as you have stamina remaining. You can learn more about the... So, that stuff is quality of life stuff. Like I said, that should have been in the game from the beginning. And from what I understand with Akbar, that sort of system is actually already in place with Dragalia Lost, which people are already speculating that that's going to be the next mobile game target for Nintendo. Now, why would they be so willing to create this gap in players? Well, first off, there's the sweaty tryhards that are willing to pay $9.50 a month for this game that has their favorite waifu, fucking probably Camilla, in there. So, actually, yeah. And beyond that, it's the cash is already good, so why not make it better? Approximately a billion, probably, a billion plus, for Nintendo's revenue has been grossed from mobile games. So, like, that's a sizable chunk for, any business really, but yeah. So, in short, will I get the Fay Pass? Probably not. I don't really care about it that much. My waifus are good enough. All right. I don't need the stat boosts or, new clothing or anything. I don't need it. Do I want it? Yeah. But I don't need it. It's fine. I don't care. I'm also broke, so there's no reason for me to be spending my money on that right now. I'll just be fine to summons and cross my fingers like once every 2 or 3 days and just, oh, please. Honestly, I should just delete it. Delete. Everybody should delete it. No, I'm kidding. If you like it, that's your prerogative, but I should delete it. That's for dang sure. It's not costing me anymore, but there was a period where I definitely was like way too into it. I basically just jump in there now for the freebies anyway, so $9.50 a month for stuff that should be free. I'm not down with that. If anything, I would guess eventually that stuff that they're paying for, they may put beyond the paywall and say, okay, this stuff, we hear you, we understand you. Here. But then what they'll do is they'll make like bikini outfits for everybody and be like, oh, but look at what you could be getting with these +4 stat boosting, barely nipple covering pieces of cloth on fictional characters that don't know you even exist. Anyway, let's move on to the next topic. Oh, Doom Eternal, though, ain't gonna have no microtransactions. How about that? Not a shocker. It's a single-player game for the most part, but obviously there's also going to be a multiplayer game. Which this is such a great quote in reference to the game itself. Eternal is a $60 game, not a free-to-play game or a mobile game. We are giving you a complete experience with no store, just like you'd expect. And that was a quote from, wait, what? Martin. Hugo Martin. Jesus. And again, this is how you do it, folks. Right here. The cosmetics in Doom Eternal will have no impact on how the game plays. They exist just to look cool. Unlocking skins with XP is part of the experience if you care about that stuff, and you can completely ignore it, and it will have no impact on your experience at all, and it's all free. Nothing you can unlock in Eternal with XP has anything to do with player abilities or content that would impact your game in any way. Finally, someone understands. That's... That is the way to do it right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is a gamer-first, gamer-centric way. I still remember when I think back to my early college days, some of the earliest, some would say. just days in general, really, because I'm so damn old. Back when Modern Warfare, the first one, came out, I was just like, I was on it. I was hooked. And you want to know why I was hooked? It was because they had those, at level whatever, you get this gun. At level this, you get this gun. And, you have all these different challenges you can do to unlock skins for the guns, And it's like, basically, the more you play the game, the more pimped out you'll be, the more, like, I shouldn't say pimped out, but blinged out, just the cooler you'll be able to make your character look. Brack is in the chat saying Modern Warfare 2 is the go to the franchise. I agree with that. But the one where my butt was sat for hours at a time. Modern Warfare 2 I was just as heavily into as the first, but I think Modern Warfare 2 soured on me just slightly because I became aware of the competitive scene. I didn't even think about it, with the first game. But the second game, I became aware of, like, how bad I was in comparison to, like, the pros, and then it made me hate how I played. So I just decided not to care. Yeah, Doom. Honestly, I didn't really get into the multiplayer of Doom to begin with. So, and I'm talking the 2016, the one. I don't know why either. It wasn't like it was bad. It was just kind of, I think it may have had something to do with the maps, because some of the maps, like, there's this one I remember where it was like you were in caves and then there was like a lava pool and I don't know, I don't even remember if it was a lava pool, but there was like this deck that you could meet up at and you could play as a demon. I think it was, yeah. But the thing that stuck out to me about that level was that it felt like everything was red all the time. And I'm not saying, I want big, beautiful landscapes with every color in the rainbow that I should be able to see, flowers that I can smell, crisp mountain spring water that I can taste them. I can just feel myself in this beautiful environment game. Oh my God. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it was a lot of red. Way too much red. In fact, we need to get rid of some of this red right now. Okay? All I'm saying, no more red. I just want less red. Okay? I didn't know how this was going to go going solo, but it's given the, it's going all right, I guess. Right? I don't know, chat. What do you think? You just keep asking me for fucking ASMR. Here you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's the ASMR portion of the podcast. Chat's all fired up about the ASMR. I don't know why. Bunch of fucking freaks. Oh, man. Maybe they're just wild for me just degrading myself. Is that a weed? I'm calling the police. All right, last one, and then we're done for the day. I just thought this was interesting, really. And something that I actually tend to agree with. However, to a point, and I'll explain why. So, this article starts off talking about how the Series X, the performance is already obviously going to be better than the Xbox One. The Series X is going to be better than the Xbox One X, which will allow for higher frame rates and resolutions, right? Basically, Phil Spencer came out and was talking about how he wants games to feel amazing versus looking good or having high refresh rates, whatever. He wants the feel of the games to be good. And I kind of respect that, you know. He actually has a good quote here that I saw. Well, I'll just read this whole thing right here, because just to get the feel for it. I think we've reached a point with Xbox One X in the generation where games look amazing, and there's always work we can do to look more amazing. But I want games to feel as amazing as they look. We don't have that in today's generation, mainly because the CPU is underpowered relative to the GPU that's in the box in order to reach a feel and frame rate and kind of consistency or variable refresh rate and other things that we want. So that was a whole lot of nothing towards the end there, essentially, and other things that we want. And this is really hits home for me because of their acquisition of Ninja Theory, right? Because to me, that game felt perfect. It felt perfect in terms of the weight of the combat. There was a couple puzzles that were not so perfect. I'll admit that. But as far as like the movement of the game and just like I said, the weight of fighting, it was really well done. And that's why I think him making this point now just further cements the fact that picking up Ninja Theory when they did was the right move. Though I almost guarantee they probably had to pay so much money to get Ninja Theory as like their exclusive studio versus Sony. Oh my god. So, yeah. He went on to say throughout the interview that, you know, there were no restrictions on developers targeting the Series X, that they can choose their graphical boundaries, and he basically is like, well, go do whatever you want, just so long as it fucking feels right. Basically, just it looks like the article wraps up with scheduled launch days or launch windows. Gonna be holiday 2020 this year. It's already 2020. We're already in February of 2020. How can it be? How can this be? But yeah, there you go. That's the gaming news this week. Let's see. I need an outro. So that's going to wrap it up for us here. If you aren't already, make sure you're following. If you're watching live right now, make sure to give us a follow. We are well on our way to affiliate status with Twitch. We just need, I think a little bit over a dozen or so more followers to be able to apply for that affiliate status, which, that's the next step. And then after that, I believe it's partnership, which would be awesome. So feel free to hop on that button. Make sure to, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to like the video, favorite, and subscribe. And also hit the bell notification if you want. I'm not going to hold you to it, but, let's see. We also have a Facebook group. It's called Game Scrubs. And it's pretty good. We've kind of had a little bit of petering out lately in the additional interaction, but that's okay. I'm not calling anybody out. Honestly, I could be better too. I just I get a little caught up sometimes outside of the realm of games. And let's see. I think there was something else. Oh, we have a Discord. So once you are subscribed to, or not subscribed to, but once you join our lovely group, if you shoot myself or Jake a quick little message, request a once you so once you join the group, shoot Jake or myself a direct message, and we'll get you in on the Discord as well. And that'll be that. In the meantime, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and have a great day.